Alrighty, so I wanted to do something a little bit different today, and I figured we could do sort of a day on Grand Cross kind of thing, like what I just normally do. So I don't know, just thought it could be kind of a cool little fun video. So yeah, I don't know. We're just logging on. Normally, I just want to preface by saying, normally I will lay in the bed and just I'll take the dog out. I'll come back upstairs. I'll get in the bed. And I'll just do my dailies in the bed while I wait for the dog to want to come back inside. But we're going to be on the computer because obviously it's way easier to record that way, and I don't have a great way to record the phone. So either way, I normally just kind of start off by doing dailies and everything, and then if there's any sort of event bosses or anything that I need to do, which we're recording this on the 17th, so we're in the middle of the Light Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth festival. So there is like a couple of little event things and everything to do. It is a Sunday as well, so there's probably more technically that I need to do. I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of the dailies is to salvage equipment. No, okay, never mind. It's not that kind of day. I still, for some reason, played this game for 4 years. I have no idea which dailies are on for each day because I am just not that attentive, I guess. But I'll do a little bit of cooking. I always typically do either CC food or like evasion food or whatever I'm just using the most of at the moment because obviously I need this for like PvP and everything, and I do PvP videos and stuff. I'll just go. I typically stay pretty low on at least 1 to 2 ingredients, so I have to go and do a main stage, which I have to do main stages anyway for one of the dailies. Let me swap over to the affection team so that way I can get some affection while I skip ticket some of this stuff. You do get 5 free skip tickets each day, which is kind of nice. I feel like I blow through those pretty easily. I do buy the weekly and monthly bundles, and I'm pretty sure both of those nowadays come with skip tickets in them, if I'm not mistaken. So I do actually sit on a pretty decent amount of extra skip tickets. So I do have the luxury of skip ticketing quite a bit throughout my day, but, understandable if you don't have those, or if you're like a free-to-play player or something like that, skip tickets can be a little bit more, save-worthy if you're trying to do like a bunch of farming or anything. There's always the one challenge to upgrade equipment. I typically will just do 1-star upgrade, so I'll normally just go from, like, if it's this one, I would go from 4 to 5. On the regular day, there's days where you have to upgrade equipment, not upgrade it twice, but you have to enhance it 2 awakening tiers or something like that. So I'll just typically go from like 0 to 2 or 2 to 4, whatever the case is. I don't know. I'm always working on some sort of gear set, so the top 4 characters that I have here in the box, if you want to know how I sort it like that, it's Heroes and Ascending, so that way I have all of the sins technically, kind of, sort of, even though Escanor's way down here, like, kind of together. But I use all of those characters as sort of like placeholder units to hold gear that I'm currently working on. So let's go ahead and log into the guild for the day. I don't think that there's any orders that we need to do. Even though Guild Boss actually resets on Sundays, I don't do Guild Boss on Sundays because there's a daily to do Guild Boss on Monday and Tuesday. So I'll typically do Hell on Monday, and then I'll do Extreme on Tuesday just to get all of the rewards and everything. But yeah, I typically hold off. I don't really, I'm not in like a guild that participates in Guild Wars or anything like that anyway. We've tried to get into Guild Wars a couple of times, but unfortunately, the people who do participate in Guild Wars, they go pretty hard. So yeah, it's kind of tough to get in. But either way, for whatchamacallit, World Tree 3. I typically only do Earth at the moment because I've really been working on trying to super awaken the whole box. So I'm just going to save these. I'm not even going to worry about using these on anything else. Typically, I say typically, sometimes I will swap over to the Heaven Tree and I will buy anvils and stuff like that out of this one because I assume once I get the whole box super awakened and I'm working on just like level 100ing everybody and everything, that's just going to come with time. Of course, which I could buy SSR pendants from that first one as well, but I'll probably start working on more gear for people, so that'll be kind of nice. We hop over to Reward Dungeon. Let's go ahead and swap back over to the Fort Solgres team. I have this team set up because all of these characters actually have their costumes. I really don't even need to use Gila here, but the rest of these characters have costumes that relate to Fort Solgres. Honestly, the biggest one is Gother, just because you get anvils. You get 10 anvils per day for just doing Fort Solgres stuff. So that is honestly really, really nice. It's just like a small little income of anvils that you can basically guarantee yourself each day, which is cool. They do that outfit pretty much every Halloween. I think they even give the outfit away for free, because I now have it on the free-to-play account as well, just because it was given, or like it was in like one of the exchange shops or something like that during the Halloween events this past year. So if you don't have that, wait till next Halloween and you should be able to grab it. And, well, I guess technically you do have to have Halloween Gother, but I'm pretty sure I was able to guarantee myself a free copy of him on the free-to-play account as well. So it shouldn't be too bad. He was quite an interesting character when he came out, to the point where people really, really wanted him. And so they got to the point where they were like, all right, well, we just need to, like, either give him away or, like, guarantee a way to get him. So, yeah. Typically, when I'm on my phone here, if you do 3 Fort Solgres runs in a row, you will actually get an ad spin. I do my ad spins, actually. You might be surprised to hear that. I know that I feel like typically for, like, really late-game players, or, like, YouTubers, or, like, just, like, you know, pay-to-play players, people who actually spend money on the game, I feel like a lot of people don't really worry about the ad spins and stuff like that. I play this game kind of like a free-to-play player would, in the sense that I typically try to get as much stuff as I possibly can. Like, I think today, actually I think yesterday, I completely finished the exchange shop for Gloom. Even the stuff that I feel like I typically don't necessarily need, I just grab it anyway because I like playing the game, kind of thing. So, I don't know. I do actually participate in Brawl. You can see I'm in the top 300 right now. I typically stay around top 300, and I basically just sit here and try to refresh until I can get people that are either below 1 mil or sort of around that range. Like, this guy is a pretty good candidate to fight. He's got way lower box CC than me. Or not box CC, but team CC. I think because he doesn't have a human team like I'm typically used to fighting. I like going up against Bonds. The idea with my teams here is that I have Easton right here, which actually I might end up changing this around a little bit when the new Roxy comes out, since she also removes ultimate move gauge when you kill a character. But I have an anti-ult rush team, so that way I can stop people from using Froudern or Liz. I have a demon team that kind of squeaks out wins from time to time. This one's really hit or miss. And then I also have this team with Scotty, who I typically run up against other, like I'll run up against Green Sario links like we did here, or I'll run up against Transcendent Bonds, because they put on tons and tons of debuffs and stuff like that in general. So that works out really nicely. I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp on the counter sort of setup here. So we can have a Transcendent Bond on the first team here, so the Scotty should help hopefully do that. Obviously, it's not going to win every single time. That's actually a pretty bad scenario. Sometimes they kill the Transcendent Bond first, and then there's, you know, not a good, you know, flow of debuffs coming in, so that really kind of sucks sometimes. But I don't know. I don't know what it is about Brawl. It's really like a very hands-off, like nothing kind of game mode, but I really like just grabbing the rewards from it more than anything, I guess. And it's just kind of cool to see the meta and everything sort of shift here. So we don't have anything to really use the human team for specifically. I think typically my human team does better up against this kind of team, but Tyr could actually be kind of a menace here. So this one might be a loss if I had to guess, but depending on how lucky we get with this matchup right here, sometimes my Demon King will clutch, sometimes their Demon King clutches. Okay, I actually clutched in that scenario. That's kind of few and far between. I can only hope that maybe the December festival will maybe bring the Demon team back, and not even for like a regular PvP, just so I have like a better third Brawl team, which is very odd to say. But I don't know, I just really like Brawl for some reason. It's just really like chill, really nothing, like no high stakes. I do kind of get upset sometimes. I'm like, man, I should have won that. Like stupid AI, like blah blah blah. Like, which there is a lot of different settings that you can sort of tweak in this game mode to make your AI do different cards and stuff like that. And I'm not an expert when it comes to messing with Brawl settings by any means. I'm very bad at it, actually, so I definitely could probably do things some better here. But I do make it into the top 100 from time to time, which gives me extra coins, which is really nice because that means I can get through the shops faster and I can just get more diamonds and stuff like that over a shorter period of time, which is great. But yeah, I don't know. We'll skip the rest of this. We'll come back with the PvP matches. Okay, so surprisingly, I did just win this match. I think the person I just fought was rank 90. Yeah, so I'm actually in the top 100 now, which means instead of getting 2,500 coins, or no, 2,000 coins, I get 2,500 coins. So an extra 500 coins is actually kind of nice. I mean, that's a pretty good little chunk, actually, and then I'll just come in here and just buy whatever I need to. Honestly, there's just kind of a whole bunch of, like, small stuff that you can get in here. There are a couple of really nice things that you can grab, of course, from time to time, but nothing, like, super spectacular, but I mean, every little bit helps. You can get some pendants. The pendants are super overpriced in here. I do like the cosmetic materials. And then you can actually get these card packs. I still don't have all of the SSRs out of those card packs, so I've been trying to do those a little bit more often. But either way, the PvP section, I really need to push into Champion or Challenger today. Don't know how likely that's going to be. I'll probably just kind of work on that throughout the day if I had to guess. But I've been using the human team as like sort of my push team just because it's a lot of fun. And I do have a pretty good human team sort of built up already. I'm interested to see how Roxy sort of changes things up, which I think this is probably going to come out after Roxy. So we'll see. But, ooh, he has a really high CC as well. Let's go for something like this to try to set up because I don't want to disable myself. Okay, we got a crit there, which is really good. The pop damage really comes in handy. Okay, extra crit there. Really taking down some of that HP. Not going to kill her this turn, unfortunately. Honestly, with the crits that I got there, I might have actually been able to kill with Bond. Not 100% positive on that, of course, but maybe. Okay, so ooh, that's doing a lot. If he kills my Escanor here, which I assume he's going to, I'm not going to be able to kill Albedo here. Oh, okay, he doesn't kill me. So let's go for this into this. I'm pretty sure this is going to kill, because once you get rid of Albedo's buffs and stuff like that, she's really not that big of a menace anymore. Boom. 300k, that's really good. We have full ultimate move gauge, so we get rid of all of our debuffs. We have our ultimate in hand. He only has Nanashi buffs on him, so that's really good. He still has a pretty decent chance to kill me, of course, but both of these characters, like Hell is really debuff related, so you kind of want to have her stacks on and stuff, whereas Tyr, if he doesn't crit, does a lot less damage, and because I can't be crit chance or crit resistance lowered from his passive right now because of the immunity, he kills me. That is too much. Oh, no way. That's insane. Alright, well, I technically have to do 3 of these matches for the daily, because it's Sunday. You have to do 3 matches of PvP. I guess we'll just go ahead and do these 3, and then we'll move on. Alright, we have an Angel team. He does not have the new Liz, and he's got really low CC, which is great for me, because that's kind of what I'm looking for, to be honest with you. I think we can just get Escanor's ultimate, so we might as well. Okay, really good damage there. This extra attack is going to land on, I assume... Okay, lands on Liz. Good damage, pop damage there as well. Does have Tarmia Link, but now I have ultimate in hand. He does not have a way to get rid of my ultimate unless he drew a delete card, which he did not. We get an extra buff removal as well, which is quite nice. This is going to be, like, super easy peasy game. These are, honestly, I mean, like, for PvP video purposes, like, obviously you want to try to fight real players and stuff. Sometimes I don't, because sometimes the teams that I fight are absolutely atrocious. And it's not very fun to fight real people who just move cards for ult rush and stuff like that when I'm just trying to use, like, a goofy team comp. But when I'm not recording, I don't mind bot matches in the slightest, because more than likely I'm trying to go for, like, rank and everything anyway, so I can just kind of easily push, not worry about it, get my rewards at the end of the week, because, I mean, it's Sunday. PvP resets tomorrow. I have 0 issues going into Challenger right now because obviously I'm not planning on, you know, playing for like this entire day or anything. I've already got my PvP videos that I like wanted to put out for the week done, so I'm not, you know, I'm not stressed out about it in the slightest. Virtually no chance to crit there because of the crit or defense related stat increase. That would have been very disappointing if I didn't have Roxy on the team, but let's do one more. All right, we have another pretty much same team. Okay, real player, so that's cool. I don't think I'm gonna have too many issues fighting into the Margaret here turn 1, and honestly getting rid of Margaret turn 1 is incredibly helpful. So don't have the crazy Escanor hand turn 1, but I'm still pretty hopeful that we can kill her turn 1. Yeah, looking really good. Plus she's gonna do some decent crits and everything. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken right now, she probably has her HP defense set on. Just because I think I was trying to do a video with her just the other day. So I need to win technically 1 more match, and then I'll have to win 2 matches for placements. So I'll probably try that sometime later today. But yeah, that's it for the daily. So at this point, I can grab all of these. I think it's just deathmatch left, or did I miss one? No, it's okay. It's all deathmatch. So typically for deathmatch, they have this new thing that you can do where you can activate all. I'll always pretty much summon OG Demon because I take more OG Demons. The box right now is to the point where I am basically just leveling characters from level 90 to 100, which means that I'm only using Belmoth and OG Demon materials. So I, for some reason, just end up sitting on a lot more Belmoths. I guess you just use more Belmoths in general. So it might seem a little cheap, but because I do have Gone on my account, like on my friends list. Where is that man? Is he on right now? No, I'm in my guild section. Okay, there he is. So it's kind of cheesy, but he has the perfect team to complement my team. So I typically just use his AI because I literally just can, which is fantastic because I don't have to sit here and wait for somebody to join or like look for somebody or like have to message a friend or anything like that. So I'll just do this. It works out pretty much flawlessly. There's only like a couple of times where it's been like bad RNG or something like that has happened to where we've like actually lost a match. But his team is just ridiculous. Like his account in general is ridiculous with 17 mailbox CC. So he just has a ton of stats and stuff like that. Really easy to fall back on. So he's going to rank up there turn 1 because his bot does have Gother, which is fantastic. Typically, I'll move a card, use a Lost Vein, and then get rid of whatever else because the Lost Vein will kill here. I'll if I can, I've said typically a lot today. I'm sorry. If I can. Sometimes his bot will end up using his Lost Vein cards at the beginning of turn 2, which means that they'll get evaded because of the mechanic for turn 2, or phase 2. But if that happens, I can use my Lost Veins card to grab my ultimate for the last phase. If he does play it right and uses a Deanne card first, which I actually think that's still going to kill. Not 100% positive, but I'll throw these cards out just in case. So this is going to get evaded. Not really a big deal. This is actually going to do some pretty good damage. Like his Deanne just actually has some really nice stats. Level 1, oh, just barely. I guess I technically could have used my card there. I'm really glad it didn't go any further because if you don't know, if you get him in that last 10%, he evades and you have to basically just take his turn, which is really annoying. If you can 3-turn it, obviously that's much better. Not really a huge deal at the end of the day, but definitely could have been nice. So let's, I guess, just throw these out. I actually have a pretty bad hand here compared to what I normally have. And if I would have used the... Well, I guess it wouldn't have really mattered. There's a damage cap regardless. So even if I got my ultimate here, it's not like it would have been like the biggest deal in the world. Because I would have had to use my single target to get the ultimate. This single target's going to hit damage cap. The ultimate would have hit damage cap. Basically would have been interchangeable. I guess the worst thing is that, I mean, like... It doesn't really matter. I'll have my ultimate next turn. He's not going to do that much damage to me. Sometimes if I can get lucky enough for either a merge on Kizuna or I do actually have an extra Kizuna card in hand, I can get the attack related stats, and then you know, it just the last phase goes a lot smoother because you just do more damage and stuff in general, but not the perfect run. I feel like more often than not, I would say like 70% of the time, I have like a 3-turn run with him, which is great. So, oh, he's okay. I don't know if he was just holding out on me or what, but he used some really bad cards last turn and just all of a sudden has all the good cards this turn. So, funny how that works out, but doesn't really matter. He's going to get the win here. Love that Guild Wars outfit, by the way. Fantastic looking. But, yeah, that is the demons for today. Now that I'm done with the dailies, I typically just push into whatever else is going on, like event stuff. So, before I do that, well, I guess technically I need to, because I'm already done with the exchange shop, whenever I get done with my dailies for the week, or for the day, they're dailies, I will typically clean up my inventory. So, I am a firm believer that I do not want to waste any extra gems if I don't have to on this stupid mechanic. I know a lot of people have max inventory space. That's a whole multi or a whole UR piece that I could buy for someone. So I'm not doing that. I don't waste my gems on inventory space. I typically just sell those because they can be worth a decent little chunk of money. Get rid of any chests out of my inventory. For these, I do have a Brawl chest that I can open. Most of the time, I feel like, oh, I forgot to do my patrols, I think. Yeah, I've completely forgot to do these. So from this, I think I'll actually get some of these little awakening chests. Yeah, these right here. And sometimes the dailies also give you some. I guess for the Sunday dailies, it doesn't actually give you any of those. But for those, unfortunately, they have not made it to where you can sell those yet. I would really love that, you know, if you could sell those. But I'll just come over here to Merlin. I'll use the fuse mechanic. And I'll just put any of those boxes that I have in my inventory towards a star. I already have way too many of those on my account personally. So it's not like it really matters if I get it or not. Well, I'll open up any of these card packs because what good is a card pack going to do in my inventory, really? So I'll grab the card plate side of these, or if I get a new card, that's awesome. But I have most of the common cards at this point, so unless I just get really lucky with like an SSR card or something like that, it's not really going to be that big of a deal. Kind of surprised they haven't gotten rid of this Holy Relic collab box out of my inventory already, but oh well. For food, I try to make sure I don't have more than a stack of anything, so if I do, I'll either sell like the small amount, or if I know that I farm it a lot, I'll just sell the higher stack, the 99. But I do have a lot of like extra foods in here that could save me a ton of inventory space, honestly, but it looks a lot cooler in the menu, so that's on me. If it gets to the point where I'm like, oh, well, I need to get rid of those because it's taking up too much inventory space, I probably will. But we're sitting on some good demon mats at the moment. I try to stay with 4 stacks of each of the regular ones, so I can actually get rid of a stack of gray demons here. Because, like I said, I'm most of the entire box right now is level 90 at the minimum. I'm pushing into level 100, so most of these regular demon mats I don't even need. I just keep them for new characters that drop. I could probably trim it down to below 4 stacks if I wanted to, but you know, every once in a while there's a collab that comes out, or like sometimes, like on a very rare occasion, they'll drop 2 characters at a time. So I'll try to mess around with that. Pendants and stuff like that, I keep pretty slim down. I try to keep at least, you know, around 80 of these books if possible. Anything higher than 80, I typically consolidate it up higher. I get rid of any of these smaller potions because they're not nearly as useful, and then I have some 4-star stones that I can also get rid of. I'm really low on redstones at the moment, but I'll probably do some farming sometime soon. So there is the inventory sorted out. I also can grab my daily Hawk Pass missions really quickly. I don't really worry about all these like weekly missions for the Hawk Pass stuff until like either it's the very end of the week, or I see that it's something easy that I could do. Like this gold coin dungeon one is very easy, so I'll go ahead and grab my free daily chest out of here, and then in the gold section I'll grab some of these potions, I guess. So we'll grab 3 of those, register, and then I'm good to go. I also have the free equipment draw that I do, so I'll grab that really quickly. Most of the time it's nothing, but if I can get like an anvil or something out of here, that would be great. Because it is during a festival, I do technically have some stuff that I could do with event stuff, so I'm going to just use those really quickly. I'm going to run through these glooms really quick. I'll show you one match of it just because it's really easy with this team right here. This is like my basic event boss team. Full humans, does way too much damage. The only gripe I have is that some of the bosses do have some weird mechanics. So like Malik, for example, the deer head guy, he has, I don't know what his crit resistance is, but it's got to be through the roof because you cannot crit that man to save your life. But for this boss, he is very average, like to the point where I literally use 2 cards. I use Roxy right here on turn 1. Remember, she's on HP defense at the moment, so it's not even that big of a deal. And then on turn 2, I will literally just use the Escanor Bonk card, and it'll do about 1,000,000 damage. And I'm literally done with the event boss, and I can just retry it 4 more times. So I will be right back. Let me do these really quickly. Alright, so there's all 5 of those done. If you're wondering, the only reason I'm doing those right now, even though I have the Gloom exchange shop done, is because you can actually exchange some of these materials. You can exchange 100 of them for the newest one, so it just gives me a little bit of a leg up. I'm pretty sure we're going to end up getting Baruja in the next update, either that or it's going to be on week 4. I think it should be in the next update, but I'll be able to exchange, you know, these Gloom horns or whatever these are, fangs, for Baruja material, so I can grab a little bit of stuff as soon as that one drops, and then I can just do my dailies on those. So I don't know, just a small sort of getting ahead plan, I guess. Technically, I could have even thrown on some boosters because this thing is going to be full until the next update comes out and they unlock more of it anyway. But yeah, other than that, because it is Sunday, I do need to do farming. So I farming loosely. I'm not going to be like gold farming or anything like that, but I need to go and do my coin dungeon stuff. So for coin dungeon, I typically will just I do have to do it hands-on for SA coin dungeon because I need to reset if I don't get a box. But for these other 2, I just typically will unlock it. I will go to my event coin dungeon team, which is this one right here. It's not going to be the fastest, but this Elaine actually has a costume where you gain the same box that you get from doing like Derriere on any of the demons. Or I think it does it work on any of the demons? I know I use it on Belmoth, but you're going to get like a random cosmetic enhancement material box, which is great. So I basically will just throw this on, let them kind of do their things. I don't even know if anybody's on the right gear or not. Let me throw him on attack crit to speed things up a little bit maybe. And then she doesn't have her gear on either. HP defense, please. And then Tier's always got his gear, and then we're pretty much good to go. So let me... I'll just, normally at this point, I'll just kind of throw on a video. I think today's culprit, I've been watching a lot of Rust videos lately from Wellen. If you're not familiar with Rust, it is a terrible game to play, but really fun to watch. So I'm just going to turn this on and watch a video. So I'll be back whenever that's done. Alrighty, so Gold Coin Dungeon is done. I have the game muted right now because I'm not going to sit here and listen to this thing farm while I watch videos. So, now we can move on to the Silver Coin Dungeon, and I will be back again. Alrighty, so there is the Silver Coin Dungeon done. 200 anvils, kind of nice. Game is still muted because I'll probably continue to watch this video as I do my SA Coin Dungeon. But that pretty much is going to be the last thing that I need to do, other than just push for Challenger for the week. So let me open up the Coin Dungeon. I don't think I've ever run the Chaos Dungeon before, and I only really run the Anvil Dungeon if I'm like really desperately needing stuff. So this is the team that I use for SA Coin Dungeon, just because it does a lot of damage and it's easy and fast. I think everything is fine. I mean, technically I could move this gear over to her, but it doesn't really matter. She's the backliner anyway. But yeah, I could maybe even put the normal orb back on her, but I'd keep it on her so that way I can so I can not forget about it for Nidhogg. But either way, it's basically just going to be a lot of me having to either reset. My time is literally up to the RNG gods at this point. But I do like this team because you can basically just double AoE here, take out the first set of enemies, and then if they drop a box, I'm good. If they don't, I reset and I try to just do it again over and over and over again, because unfortunately they have not made it to where you guarantee a box on this for some reason, which is really, really dumb. Not a fan of that. I really wish that they would just make it 100% guaranteed chance to get a box on both phases. That way I could just auto farm this and just leave it. That way I don't have to sit here and reset over and over again, because that is super dumb. But hey, I don't make the game. Sometimes I wish I did. I would probably ruin it though, so it's not really a good idea to leave me in charge here. So either way, it's just going to be a lot of me spamming AoEs, and then once I get to the actual boss itself, I pretty much just single target him into submission. So yeah, that is pretty much it for a typical Sunday. Other than that, sometimes, depending on what I need, I will... Great, that is typical. I will do some XP pot farming or whatever. LR characters take so many XP pots to upgrade. I'm sure you know that by now, but it's ridiculous. And then on top of that, as I'm just leveling up random characters to level 100 at this point, level 90 to 100 is also a decent little chunk of XP pots as well. So that's mainly what I farm if I'm not doing Gold Dungeon. But even then, Gold Dungeon is always kind of discounted at this point. It doesn't actually go on a discount anymore. So I'll just kind of farm that just randomly. It doesn't even have to be a Sunday anymore, which is really, really nice. I'm glad they have, sort of changed it to there. But give me a box, okay? There's something at the very least, obviously, I'll just take what I can get, because I'm not going to sit here and farm for gold boxes or anything. That would be agony. But yeah, honestly, that is pretty much how my Sundays go. I do still need to push into Challenger for PvP, but hey, I mean, kind of chilling. Hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys had a good day. I'm going to be out of town for a couple of days. I think the week before the New Year's banner drops. Ooh, gold chest, pog. So this will probably go up during that. So this is technically going to be like 2 weeks old, but I mean, it's not like my process really changes. So hopefully you guys are having a great day. Hopefully you you continue to have a great day. And yeah, if you're new to the channel or anything and you made it all the way to the end, my God, congratulations. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. If not, completely understandable. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow.